Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making the cutest little fluffy puffy cloud stuffies. And so to get started with this cute little pattern, we're going to need, of course, some fluffy white yarn. And this is a size 6 chunky blanket yarn. Next we'll be using a size J crochet hook. This is a 6mm crochet hook. You'll also need a little yarn needle for sewing on the cheeks and the mouth, and for that you'll need a tiny bit of pink yarn and a tiny bit of blue, or whatever color you want to the mouth. Then you'll also need a couple of little 10mm safety eyes and some scissors. You might want a stitch marker, and lastly you'll need some fluffy stuffing to stuff your cloud with. All right, so if you guys are ready to get started, let's move all this out of the way and let's go. So to start out, we're going to grab our hook. Ooh, I don't know why my camera's going out of focus like that. Okay, it's early, so it's just camera's not awake yet. So we're gonna start with our hook and a little bit of yarn, and we're going to just make a little slip knot. And then we are going to chain 12. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, in the second chain from my hook, I'm going to put a single crochet. And then I'm also going to single crochet in the next 9 chains. So here's a 1 and a 2. Here's 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now in the very last chain, we're going to put 3 single crochets. There's a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Now if that first chain opened up a little bit, you can just tug your tail to close it up a little bit. Mine opened up just a smidgen. All right, and now working back on the other side of the chain, we're going to single crochet in the next 9. So let's see, this is the last one I went into, so I'm going to be going into the next one, so right here. So here's 1, there's 2, and I'm crocheting over my end to cover it up if you want to do that too. And there's 3 and 4, oops, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now the very next chain is the very first one I started in at the very beginning when we were over here. So in that very last chain, or first chain, I'm going to put 2 single crochets. So it's in the place where the first chain went. That way, that 1 little single crochet plus these 2 means that I have 3 in that little chain, and we've got 3 on the other end. And now I'm going to slip stitch into that very first single crochet that I made. Slip stitch. That's where it comes in handy if you want to use your stitch marker. You can, might help you find that first stitch. All right, let me get my yarn ready here. Okay, and now we're ready for round 2. You ready? Okay, so we're going to chain 1. And in that very first stitch, we're going to put 2 single crochets. There's a 1 and a 2. Now in the next 9, I'm just going to single crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now in the next one, I'm going to do 2 single crochets. So there's a 1 and a 2. In the next one, I'm going to do 1 single crochet. And in the next one, 2 single crochets. A 1 and a 2. Now coming on back, we're going to do 9 single crochets up this other side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now in the next one, we'll do 2 single crochets once again. A 1 and a 2. And in my very last one, I'll do 1 single crochet. And then we will slip stitch right back to the very first single crochet. Just like that. All right, so yours should look something like that, like a little oval. And now we are ready for round 3. This is the fun one. This is where our cloud gets all of his little puffs. So we're going to chain 1 and single crochet. Now we're going to skip the next stitch and do 5 double crochets in the next one. So skip this guy, and right here we're going to do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 4 double crochet, and 5 double crochet. Now we're going to skip the next stitch and single crochet in the next one. And we're just going to be repeating that around. So you can see that 5 double crochets made like a little curved puff right here. And we're just going to keep doing that. So skip the next one and then go into the next one with 5 double crochets. There's 1, 2, here's 3, 4, and 5. And once again, we're going to skip the next one and single crochet into the next one. I'm going to be repeating this until we have 7 little puffs all around our cloud. So skip this guy and into the next one, 5 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip this guy, single crochet into this one. Now skip this guy, 5 double crochets into this one. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip this guy, single crochet into, oh, where is it? This guy. Sometimes it's hard to see with this fluffy yarn, huh? Which actually makes it really nice. It means this yarn's very forgiving. If you were to accidentally like miss one and go into the wrong one, you honestly wouldn't even notice. You just make it up at the end here and it would be fine. That's why I love this fluffy yarn. Okay, so let's see, we are skipping this guy and going into this guy. There's a 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, oh dear, 3 double crochet, 4 double crochet, and a 5 double crochet. Now we're going to skip this guy and single crochet into this guy. Right, now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puffs, so we've got 2 more to go. So now we're skipping this one, going into this one. There's a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5. Then skip this guy, single crochet into this one. Now for our last puff, skip this one, go into this one. We've got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. Now we're going to skip the last one and we're going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet. And now your little cloud guy should look something like this. And if this is the first one that you've done, you want to cut it and finish it off like this. But if this is the second one that you've done, you want to keep your yarn attached and we're going to put a face on our cloud. So, are you ready? So I'm keeping this one attached. And you go ahead and pause the video and make another one. So finish one off and then make another one and keep it attached, okay? Like keep it with your working yarn because we're gonna put a face on it. Oh, it's gonna be so cute. Now I want to show you something though. You can see that the cloud will either have 3 little curves on top or 2 curves on top. So you can make the face either way. So let me show you what I mean. I made it that way because I wanted it to be not symmetrical, you know, with the same amount of bumps on the top and the bottom. I wanted it different, but you can turn the face either way. So this is what it looks like if you keep the 3 bumps on top. So you've got 1 in the middle and 2 on the bottom. That's what the face looks like. And this way is cute because it kind of, I think the 2 little curves on the bottom make his little cheeks look a little chubbier. Or you can do it this way where you have the 2 bumps on top, 3 on the bottom, and that makes it look like he has a little chin. So that's cute too. You can do it either way. Also, if you feel like, Anita, what are you talking about? My bumps are all over the place. There should be a way where you can kind of tell where like 1 is the most middle and top and 2 are on the bottom. But if not, if it looks totally crazy, then I mean, it's fine as long as both of them are totally crazy. But no, you should have one where it looks like there are 3 on top. But sometimes I feel like mine are a little misshapen, like this one's a little further down here and it should be a little more up there. But once you sew them together, it'll all even out. But anyways, this was all just important so you can figure out how you want his face to go. If you want him to have a little chin or puffy little cheeks. So I like them both ways, but I think I like the 2 bumps on bottom because I think it looks cute. the way it makes his little cheeks look puffier. So let me scroll on down my pattern here. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna grab our safety eyes, and we put these on the lower part of the cloud. So this is like the middle of the cloud right here. The eyes are going on the bottom half of it, not up here. So this is the middle, and the eyes are going between rows 1 and 2 here. So you're gonna pop them somewhere on there, and we're doing, uh-oh, my color's separating from my little safety eye. And we put them about 2 to 3 stitches apart. So once you get them on there, like that's 2 stitches apart, 1, 2. And I'd say that looks pretty good. I like that. So, yeah, I think so. So you get to play around and see if you want them like further apart, closer together, however you want your little eyes to look. But I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to put them there. So let me just push my little backs on here. The backs of my safety eyes. And then we get to embroider little cheeks and a mouth. That's why I have these little pieces of yarn. And you can use a little yarn needle, or you could even just use your crochet hook to pull the yarn through, whatever you would rather do. But I think this is a tiny bit easier just in case you kind of have to put the yarn between stitches and whatnot. So you want the cheek about, kind of just 1 stitch, or actually this is like a half stitch below the eye. And I'm just gonna stitch a little straight line right there. And then on the other side too, I'll try to make it symmetrical. So this one will go about there to there, I think. Yuppers, cute. And then we just tie that together to secure the end there. And then we can cut that off. And then with the little mouth, oh, that is just a little straight line in between the cheeks. Easy peasy. But this is the fun part, because you get to kind of make the face however you want. So you get to personalize it here. You can use different colors. You could have a red mouth or a black mouth or gray, whatever you want. Let's see, that's too small. Let's go a little bigger. Let's go from here to maybe here. I think so. That looks cute. Okay, and then I'm gonna tie that off. And we're all done with this cute little face. It's so simple, right? There we go. Now we get to put our cloud together. So what we're gonna do, that's why we have this still attached here. Now we're going to grab our other one, and we're gonna flip it over and line it up. Make sure your bumps are lined up. So I have 2 bumps on bottom, so this one has to be 2 bumps on bottom, and then I put 1 on top of the other. Now, first I'm going to chain 1, and now working through both clouds, I'm going to insert my hook into the next stitch, and then lining this one up, insert my hook into the next stitch on the other cloud, and I'm going to single crochet. And I'm simply going to do that all the way around the entire cloud. But once we get, oh dear, like about 2/3 of the way around, or maybe 3/4 of the way around, we're going to want to add a little bit of stuffing to him, so, or her. So before we get it all finished up, we just want to make sure we put some stuffing in there. All right, I'm about 2/3, 3/4 around the way. I've got 2 more little bumps to go over, and I'm going to add some stuffing to my little cloud. So I've got a great big handful, but let's see. Not quite sure how much this guy will need, and it's up to you. It's up to you how much stuffing you want, but oh yes, I might need that whole handful because that stuffed about half of him. I'm gonna grab the rest of it, pop it on in there. That'll be a very squishy cloud. Perfect. All right, and now just gonna finish up stitching the rest of him up this way. Just crocheting up these other 2 little fluffy bumps of my cloud, and then he'll be all finished. And once you've got it all stitched up, you just want to, oops, is that my last one or is this my last one? I'm not sure. Okay, you just want to slip stitch to the top of your very first single crochet, and that is all. How cute. Okay, so now we got to finish off. So you just want to cut your yarn and just weave in this end, and you can do that with your yarn needle, or you can just grab your crochet hook and pull that fluffy yarn on down into your cloud a couple times. We'll bring that right there, and maybe bring it through this way, pulling some stuffing through, and then just chop it one final time. And your fluffy little cloud buddy is all done. Oh, so cute. Where did his friends go? Here we go. Whole little fluffy, puffy cloud sky. I hope you guys had fun with this little tutorial. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.